Hello everyone, welcome back to Pixel Village and I'm Radha Krishnan. Let's keep the mobile phones away for a couple of videos and let's get a little more serious, but stay with video, all right? Now we have this setup a little complicated. I won't call it exactly complicated, but a little time consuming setup here. Okay, and I'm going to show it to you how this is done and what I am trying to do here. But before that, I have to give you a small backstory. About 13-14 years back, while we were doing a gospel video in Durban in South Africa, and those were film days, and we were shooting Super 16 film using an Arri camera. And there were two sequences where in one we needed lightning and the other we needed campfire. And I remember the amount of time that we spent setting up those situations. More than the cost, it was the time which was the important factor there. Budget was limited and we had to get it done in a very limited amount of time. We could not really hire the lightning kit because it was expensive to hire. So I remember using a welding machine, okay, Indian jugaad, in Durban to create the lightning effect. And for the campfire effect, well, of course, I remember the crew set up a series of lamps and there were 3 guys lying on the floor trying to dim and brighten those lights to simulate the campfire feel. Cut to 2019, you can do all that and more in a jiffy with lights which are very compact, very cost effective and very solid using a mobile app. Well, this is not about the mobile app, but about those lights using which you can do all this. I'm talking about a brand called Aputure. I know, Aputure is not a new brand or a strange brand for most of the international viewers because they are very popular in the West, but not for the Indian audience. It was available through, individual imports and some Amazon imports and all that, but now Aputure is available in India officially with warranty. We managed to get a few Aputure lights in Pixel Village. Thank you, Aputure, for sending it to us, using which we're going to demonstrate a very tricky situation, okay, which otherwise can take a lot of time and a lot of lights to recreate, but we're going to do that using a few lights and, like I said, in a jiffy, using the lights and remotely controlling them from a mobile app. I'll explain to you about the lights as we go through the situation. So for which I need two models, of course. We're going to create a sequence. Let me get into the sequence and explain to you what I'm trying to do and also explain to you about the equipments that I'm going to use. Okay. So here we are, ready with our characters. Well, meet Gaurav.
Hi.
And Gaurav is first time in YouTube, okay? And that's Shika. Shika was in one of our videos earlier. If you go back and watch our video on Auto ISO, she was in that video. So welcome back to Pixel Village. And our setup today is, well, it's a comfortable home, husband, wife, on a couch. He is busy. Well, he's brought some work home, so he's watching. He needs to be with his wife, and of course, otherwise, what will happen otherwise. And well, she's watching her favorite movie, and of course, she's got some popcorn in her hand, and she is watching the movie very intensely. Now let me cut to what I'm going to do. Well, I have a one light here, one here, one there, another one behind the shelf there. All Aputure lights, okay? So I have the 300D, the monster light sitting on that side. I have the 120D2 as my main face light. It's called the Godfather light, Yeah, it's called the Godfather light. And I've used the lantern. It's again made by Aputure. I'm using the lantern here, and I have a small light here in the front. Now, this is the light which has the capability to recreate many lighting effects. This a small wonder. Okay, it's battery powered, very, very powerful, and it's called the ALMW, and relatively new product. And this is going to mimic the TV, okay? This can also mimic firework. It can also mimic lightning, faulty bulb. All that is possible through this. So the TV, of course there is a TV here, but the TVs are not really bright enough to probably light a situation like this, and also to register that, small change in brightnesses. It's not really powerful enough. So I'm going to use this guy here, okay? So now there's one light, and I'm going to change the mode to flickering. So that's a TV light. This seems to be pretty good. Yeah, correct. It's almost like the television. Okay, so you get ready for the, the movie. It's going to start just now. This, like I told you, is creating the main light. It's slightly under in comparison to the total light. Now I have added an extra light so that you can see me also. Once that goes away, this will become a little, dramatic, more dramatic. And I have one light here. This is the LED panel. It's the 1S from Aputure with a blue gel. Now I'm going to kind of give you a sense of night. Okay, so this blue gel, which is falling on here and here, kind of give you a sense. Well, it's a visual language, right? Okay, so the blue will give you a feeling of night. Okay, it's very subconscious. It works in a different level. You will think, you will feel as if this is night. And then I have the monster light on that side. That's going to create lightning. Okay, so I have it here. Let's see how it works. I'm going to trigger it. See that? That's a lightning. I can increase the intensity and the frequency. Can you see that? That's the lightning. Now, the story goes that they're watching a horror movie. He is doing his work. Okay, she is actually petrified of lightning. Okay, he knows it. He knows that, something is brewing and there's going to be rain and thunder today, but she is unaware of it because she is glued into the television and she's having a popcorn. And the lightning goes, the thunder, and she gets scared. she spills the popcorn. A small story, but see how easy it is using these clever devices to kind of bring it into life. Like I was telling you earlier, in traditional lighting scenarios, this can take half a day to set up, okay? And probably dozens of stakes, to match the flicker and match the thunder and all that. Now, they are first time, your second time, your first time in front of camera. So how difficult it is to match your expression, match the light man triggering the lightning, all that. It's a cumbersome job, right? You can, I have seen, people losing their temper, getting into arguments and fights and, bad words. The movie sets are filled with choicest, absolutely. So here, few people, very comfortable in a small compact setup, can do it effectively. Now, let's get into the action now. Okay, so you know the drill, I've explained to you, over to you. So we're going to take a few takes, and I'm using a Fujifilm X-T3 to shoot that sequence. I have a 23 and I have 56, and the 23 will of course establish the scene. 56 will give me the nice tight close-ups, and of course I'm monitoring it using a Lilliput external monitor. I'm shooting it internally using Eterna film simulation. Okay, I think we have given out all possible technical information. Let's now get into the actual action. Okay, ready? So I'll guide you through the shots now. Okay, ready? Can we switch off the filler light? Okay, that's it. That's exactly how it's going to look like. The TV is already on. Okay, so now I'm going to get into action. Ready? So, wasn't that easy or what? Okay, now the most interesting thing about these lights are they are so compact, they are easy to set up, and the learning curve is not very steep. Almost everyone who has a basic understanding of light can operate it, set it up, and get into action in a jiffy. And of course, with the app, it has become even more easier. The app interface is so intuitive. Well, in the traditional scenario, of course, what you would do is to hire those monster lights. It comes with a ton of people along with it, and you will spend time setting them up and also feeding those people. But with Aputure, you can actually own most of these lights. These lights are not really expensive, probably barring the 300 D2, which is a little expensive, but you can afford it. It's not really way too expensive. They are amazingly capable lights. Now, I'm sure it'll also be soon available in a rental house, which means you can, like you hire a camera, you can just hire them and carry it with you, set it up yourself and get into the shoot straight away. I think this is best suited for feature filmmakers on a budget, short filmmakers for sure, documentary filmmakers, why even still photographers can use it very effectively, because these light shaping tools are so precise and the white balance is so accurate that you can actually get into any kind of stills or video production. Bye for now.